Hello, FVS community. We are here to present and recognize some of the athletic accomplishments of Fountain Valley School of Colorado's class of 2020.
Earning a varsity letter for 1 year is a wonderful accomplishment. To do it for 4 shows a commitment of excellence over a period of time that should be acknowledged. It is our privilege to honor and recognize the following student athletes for their time and effort in athletics at Fountain Valley. These students have committed themselves to 4 years of blood, sweat, and tears at the varsity level of our athletic program. This is an accomplishment that is not easily completed at FVS or other schools across the country. We would like to honor those athletes now.
Gabe Ashby, 4-year varsity hockey, 4-year varsity lacrosse.
Albert Burkle, 4-year varsity mountain biking, 4-year varsity climbing.
Emily Dixon, 4-year varsity girls soccer.
Annabelle Filler, 4-year varsity English writing.
Sarah Garcia, 4-year varsity girls basketball.
Lizzie Hagigi, 4-year varsity English writing.
Lucia Hemingway, 4-year varsity girls swimming.
Savian Johnson, 4-year varsity climbing.
Aspen Kimlico, 4-year varsity climbing.
Charlotte Klein, 4-year varsity girls swimming.
McKenna likewise, 4-year varsity mountain biking.
Konami Ogino, 4-year varsity English writing.
Katie Prantle, 4-year varsity girls basketball, 4-year varsity girls soccer.
Tilly Ram, 4-year varsity girls basketball.
Jacob Tomlinson, 4-year varsity soccer.
There are 2 other student athletes we would like to honor. These athletes have shown a commitment and dedication to FVS that excelled through every season of their 4 years.
These student athletes are our 4-year, 3-season varsity athletes. Gabe Ashby, 4-year, 3-season varsity athlete for hockey and lacrosse.
Konami Ogino, 4-year, 3-season varsity athlete for English writing. Congratulations to all the 4-year letter winners. This is a true testament to your dedication, pride, and passion for your sport.
The last award is the Barker Wardrop Award. Barker Wardrop, who graduated from FVS in 1972, had a passion for tennis. The Barker Wardrop Award is presented to a player who will continue contributing to and playing tennis long after their time at Fountain Valley has passed. This year's winner is Joe Oda.
Class of 2020, congratulations. We are very proud of you. It has been a pleasure to coach and be a part of your FVS athletics.
Congratulations to all.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the virtual edition of our Honors Awards ceremony. This is obviously a little different than what we are used to, but please know that even though we are not physically together, your creative energy has been felt throughout this community during our time apart. I want to thank our talented and compassionate fine arts faculty for keeping spirits high and showing us that creativity is not limited to a theater, a music room, or the art barn. The countless hours you have put into transforming your entire curriculum and making yourself available has not gone unnoticed. Thank you, Ms. Green, Ms. Marine, Ms. Smith, Ms. McCormick, Ms. Baker, Mr. Hutchinson, and Mr. Lamson. Most importantly, thank you to all the Fountain Valley Fine Arts students. Limitations breeds creativity, and in true Fountain Valley fashion, you have used this experience as an opportunity to push your imagination and broaden your horizons. Your energy and fearlessness is inspiring, and you all play a huge role in making Fountain Valley a safe place for exploration, inquiry, and personal growth. The Fine Arts faculty are now going to announce the awards. I'm going to start with the Ceramics and the Metals Awards. Ceramics. The Ceramics Art Award goes to the student whose enthusiasm, quality of work, and dedication to ceramics inspires others around them. This student has made the ceramics room their home away from home, showing a commitment to their practice and a commitment to helping others realize the endless potential of working with clay. This year's Ceramics Art Award goes to Albert Burkle. Metals. The Metals Art Award goes to the student whose inquisitive approach to material language, processes, and techniques inspired their fellow students and exposed the endless potential that exists within this medium. Their enthusiasm and dedication was consistent throughout the school year, and their work was of the highest quality. This year's Metals Award goes to Kim McDonald and Anne Guen.
The Studio Art Newcomer Award is given to the artist who is new to the program but fully embraces everything that studio art has to offer. They are dedicated to perfecting their craft and open to exploring new methods and mediums. The student spends time in the studio outside of class and is eager to improve, and by doing so inspires their classmates to do the same. This year's Newcomer Award goes to Fan Dao. The Advanced Studio Art Award goes to the advanced student artist who has dedicated themselves to studio art and is focused on making their work more nuanced and sophisticated. They inspire others, and their work stands out in the gallery. They commit to learning as much as they can from the artists who came before them and are open to sharing what they know with their peers. This year's Advanced Studio Art Award goes to Annie He.
And now for the Filmmaking and Photography Awards. The Filmmaking Award goes to a filmmaker who shows clear enthusiasm and dedication to the art of filmmaking. This student has gone above and beyond in his project work, as well as in his consistently exceptional participation both in and outside of class. He even took on the task of documenting Shakespeare Fest for his fellow students. This year's Filmmaking Award goes to Chase Wallace. The Darkroom Award goes to the photography student who has fully embraced all aspects of darkroom photography. They are dedicated to perfecting their skills and producing the best prints they can. This student not only worked diligently in 35mm, but seamlessly transitioned into FVSV photography with an exceptional still life project produced using only her phone. This year's Darkroom Award goes to Lily Farley. And the Advanced Photography Award goes to the student that has dedicated themselves to photography and is willing to push themselves outside of their comfort zone. Their passion for their craft is clear in their pursuit of excellent photographs and willingness to work on their art outside of class. Their art stands out on the gallery wall and inspires other students. This year's Advanced Photography Award goes to Charlie Hoskins. Congratulations.
This year's Choir Award goes to a student who went beyond the choir classroom and shared her talents with the greater FVS community. Her character was a great example for others. She put in extra time outside of class to make sure she knew her parts and was a leader in her section. When unable to fit the vocal ensemble into her schedule, she made time for extra rehearsals and learned much of that music on her own. In addition to performing with the concert choir and select vocal ensemble, she was a dedicated actress in this year's musical Amelie. She sought out private instruction to continue developing her vocal technique as well. This year's Concert Choir Award goes to Liv Proctor.
The Chamber Strings Award is given to a student who embodies the core values of Fountain Valley School and goes above and beyond by inspiring the other musicians around her. This year's recipient always led by example. She also showed a deep respect and genuine desire for her peers' success. This person was always willing to seek out additional instruction and to admit her mistakes for the benefit of learning and improving her own skills. This year's award goes to 2 musicians, Eliana Mora and Lei Lim Jung. The Music Theory and Composition Award is given to the student who best exemplifies a professional approach to music composition or music theory, who composes music with a high level of artistry and demonstrates a mastery of music theory skills. This year's Music Theory and Composition Award goes to Val Kosenko for his creative and masterful ability to manifest his imagination into organized sound, and to Konami Ogino for her amazing ability to transcribe rhythm and sound to paper. The Orchestra Award this year goes to 2 students whose dedication to music was demonstrated by playing several instruments to help team orchestra and always showing up with a willingness to do their best. One of the students spent many hours practicing to audition for Colorado All-State and was accepted. The other played the solo piano part for a concert as well as the percussion part and helped coach other students throughout the year. The 2 recipients of the 2020 Orchestra Award are John Wong and Riley Kazmarek. Congratulations.
The Acting Award goes to someone who has contributed an outstanding performance in acting this year. They need to have modeled discipline and tenacity throughout the entire rehearsal process as well as their final performance. And this year's Acting Award goes to Wiley Wagnon. The Director's Award goes to a student who shows an undeniable love for working in the theater. This year, the award goes to a student who participated in every play possible over her 4 years here. The Director's Award goes to Kaya Cockrell. The Technical Theater Award goes to a student who's made the most diligent and passionate contributions to our tech theater program. Their work ethic and their desire to learn should be inspiring to their fellow company members. And this year's Technical Theater Award goes to Annabelle Brown. This year, we have students who have lettered in theater. While we did have a shorter season, which makes it harder to letter because you have to have successfully contributed to 2 plays, we still have 4 students who have done that. And so this year's theater letter winners are Liv Proctor, Mia Sanchez, Jack Lee, and Jumana Abdelhi. And that concludes our Fine Arts Awards ceremony. Congratulations, everybody. Bye.
Hello everyone, I am Isa Fernandez, a current junior at Fountain Valley and the editor-in-chief of our yearbook, The Owl. I worked alongside Mr. Eberhardt, Miss Lynn, and countless other students to create this piece of art that completely sums up a full year at FVS. It was not an easy task to complete by any means, but we are extremely proud of our final product. I am here to read to you this year's yearbook dedication. Hope you enjoy. When the OWL staff set out to develop a theme for this yearbook commemorating Fountain Valley School's 90th year, we mulled over many different ideas and visions. But at first, none of them felt sufficiently compelling to fully honor this milestone in the school's history. This process always takes some time and can be taxing on the creative mind. So, one hot afternoon in August, after having brainstormed just about as much as we could, we decided to take a break and head on over to the Frautschi Campus Center. While admittedly the prospect of cooling down in the air-conditioned space was a major reason for our visit to the CC that afternoon, it dawned upon us collectively that this building, at the heart of our campus, has a magnetic quality and is one of our many happy places to which we are drawn at FVS. Walking up the steps to the patio, surrounded by warm adobe glow from the stucco walls, we noticed the unique shapes that adorn the building's architecture. Dark brown wooden corbels and vigas, sloping curves in the walls, and the inviting territorial-style windows. Entering the airy main street of the campus center, we took in the rustic colors and textures we don't always remember to appreciate in the hustle and bustle of usual passing periods. The sala invited us in to relax on the comfy sofas and we admired the Pueblo-style decor. The rec room reminded us of all the fun to be had, with a spontaneous game of foosball under the ceiling's wood latillas. We then drifted into the Arcade Cafe, where our eyes feasted on the bright colors and bold 90s influences scattered throughout. As we took in all the little details of this funky and fun gathering space, including the carved animals painted in psychedelic colors, our eyes seemed to simultaneously focus in on the tile backsplash of the arcade's kitchen. Simple but colorful, the pattern of tiles of different hues reminded us of our community, a mosaic in its own right, comprised of bright spirits and minds from different backgrounds and places who all come together to create a whole that is greater than the sum of its parts. We were inspired. As we walked back to the OWL headquarters in room 207, we couldn't help but take in the colors, textures, and symbols that tantalize our senses both in our campus buildings and our beautiful natural surroundings. Gathered back in our yearbook space, we were overwhelmed by a new flow of ideas and a more unified vision for this yearbook. Tile mosaics, architectural details, the color of our surroundings, a touch of 90s flares. These would become the visual grammar of this year's edition of The Owl. As for the story we wanted to tell, that of a community of profoundly unique individuals deeply interconnected by shared experiences, surroundings, values, inside jokes, aspirations, and most importantly, love. With this vision in mind, we began our months-long creative process to capture and recount the story of Fountain Valley School's 90th year. Now, flash forward to the spring of 2020, and the tiles that adorn this yearbook would take on a whole new meaning for us. With the rapid rise of the novel coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic, our community faced unprecedented challenges, uncertainties, and fears. We could have never imagined on that August afternoon when we gallivanted around campus looking for yearbook inspiration that by the next spring, these spaces that inspired us so profoundly would remain largely deserted, at least for a time. With interim canceled and spring break extended due to the unfolding pandemic situation, our community wondered what the future might look like. And then we saw it. As faculty gathered online for a week of in-service training to develop and deliver teaching via FES Virtual, and as classes reconvened in this new imagining of school, we saw each other pop up on our screens, one by one, as tiles that eventually formed into a living, laughing, learning, and loving mosaic. While the surroundings varied from person to person and improvised classroom to improvised classroom, the magic we'd attributed to our beautiful vistas on campus was more than alive right there and through our screens. No matter our location on the globe, in our smiles and in our gratitude to see each other once again. The eve of our very first day of classes at Fountain Valley School Virtual, Mr. Webb delivered a powerful message to students. Appearing alone in many of the places on campus that had inspired our yearbook's design this year, he addressed our collective yearning to be on campus after weeks spent away for many of us in both literal and figurative states of isolation. While now, more than ever, we appreciate this idyllic refuge. The magic we experience here is not found in this place, it lies within our people. It is you, it is our teachers, it is us, and it is the inextricable bonds that tie us together. When you leave FES, you may not remember all of what you learned. However, you will never forget the incredible relationships and transformative friendships you forged here. They will sustain you and be a source of strength that you can tap into wherever you are and whenever you need it. At the time of this writing, we are still very much watching this chapter of history unfold in front of our eyes. We are still learning to accept and navigate these difficult times. We are still learning to find and feel human connection through a screen. We are still learning how to teach and to learn online. Some of us are still learning how to mute our microphones, and that's okay. Amid all the uncertainty, the one thing we know to be absolutely certain is that we will get through this together, and that we will always be able to lean on one another in times of difficulty and need. That is the power of the FES community, the one which we all value and love so deeply, and the one to which we proudly dedicate this edition of The Owl. Thank you so much for listening. I wanted to give a big thank you to all the teachers and students who helped make this yearbook possible. Congratulations to the class of 2020. I wish you nothing but the best in this next chapter of your life. I hope everyone enjoys the yearbook.